everybody, Caden here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back on the Dinosaurs World to, well, work on the Triceratops exhibit again. And you'll notice something here. Mainly, oh gosh, hiccups. But you'll notice there's been a bit of progress here since last episode. Oh man, the hiccups are really getting me now. That's crazy. But also I feel oddly traditional for me making a video. But anyway, important things. There's been a lot of progress made here. And you might be like, Caden, shouldn't you be doing this on camera? And that's the reason I'm recording. Because suddenly, I was building all this and I'm like, okay, I'm really liking where this is going. This is getting good, lots of progress. And then I was like, wait a second. This is stuff I've meant to record, isn't it? Like, I'm supposed to record me building things and making lots of progress. And then I was like, oh wait, I've literally just been, building away, digging away. It's nighttime. Do I have my elytra still? Yeah, I need to get mending on this thing soon. But until then, we're just gonna fly over to the house. And I've gotten a lot better at landing. There we go. Anyway. Yeah, so I worked a lot. And then I was like, oh, wait a second. This would be stuff to put in a video, not, just randomly do. And then I was like, oh, but I've already been doing it and I don't want to undo anything. So, I don't know. I just decided, you know what? It's time to record. So yeah, you can see here, basically, what I've been doing is extending it out. Now, you'll remember the path we did curve last time. And I kind of haven't done that yet, just because I kind of realized I should really lay out the fence first. So as you can see, the fence is kind of heading out this direction right now, and the plan is actually to connect it up somewhere right here, and actually bring in this stone wall a bit. Or in fact, actually remove the stone wall in a certain part and kind of allow them to go up on the hill. We'll kind of see what happens. It just depends what I feel like doing at the end of the day. Anyway, so we're kind of getting the fences started. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put the barn, because I still really want to do this barn idea, because I think it's cool, but I don't know where it's gonna go really, because I've realized after watching some old videos, it's a very large structure and I don't know how I'm gonna do it really. I've also realized I'm probably going to not double, but probably add like an extra third onto the size of the exhibit. So I mean, maybe we'll get more Triceratopses. We'll see. I'm also thinking of changing the fencing style again, because it's me and that's what I usually do. What else was I thinking? Oh, I'm considering also expanding one fence that way, and maybe one fence this direction, the viewing platform, as the exhibit's soon going to be much larger. I was thinking of putting one over here, like a second one, but I don't think I will, because the pathway is actually gonna go up here. And this is another thing why I'm kind of considering changing the fence style up, because the pathway kind of coming up here, like your main viewing area is gonna kind of be blocked. So I'm thinking of either shortening the fence or changing up its style a bit to kind of accommodate that, and we'll kind of just see what happens. It depends. Anyway, oh, one last thing. So I've been working with this path idea. So it's gonna wrap around here, I'm thinking, and then kind of head this direction, as it does, where it will probably bend in somewhere around here, kind of meeting up with the last corner of the Triceratops exhibit, so that's the barn, and then head straight around here and connect up into this general area here, because I've decided we're gonna do the exact opposite of what was meant to be here, which was a tunnel. It's instead gonna be an elevated walkway, which I think will work better, because that's going to kind of fit a lot nicer with the whole Brachiosaurus thing we've got going on here, or will be going on here when I get around to adding the Brachiosaurus exhibit over this direction. But that will link up with the Triceratops pathway, and then out this direction, I think we talked about last episode, like Diplodocus is going to be going out over here, and what else did I think of? Oh, that is Correctamundo. Down here, I'm thinking is going to be our Ankylosaurus exhibit. this little valley right here. I really, really like this. And it kind of lets me do the same thing I was doing before with it, but I can be slightly different with it, which I think is going to be cool. But yeah. Anyway, also I guess, so what is it? We need to, I need to rehouse the Ankylosaurs because I want to rehouse them. And then I still don't know what we're doing with the Gallimimus, guys. It's kind of bugging me that I don't know. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough for the intro of the video. So I am going to do a bit more work on this exhibit, and I will come back most likely when I've kind of finished off connecting the fence up and go from there. So I'll see you guys in just a second. So I was working on this exhibit, and then I looked back, and yeah, you got in here somehow. I don't know how you did, because there's no way in. But you somehow figured out how to get in here. Clever little bird. Let's just make a stick real quick. We'll tell her it's him. I guess it's a him. Yo. Stop. Where'd you go? There we go. Crisis averted. I was gonna just like, what is it? Oh, come on. Let me fly. There we go. Okay, sorry. I keep getting distracted. So, we've made a bit more progress on the Triceratops exhibit, and actually it's been, I think this is the second day of recording, technically. I mean, again, not necessarily a relevant detail to what's happening, but a detail I figure I just figured I'd say nonetheless. Anyway, unimportant things aside, so it's been about a day since I was last on the world, and I was just kind of finishing stuff up, about to like hit record when I saw that Gallimimus, and I was like, okay, well, this has to be the opening of the episode, because, you know, that's kind of funny looking. I'm trying not to use the elytra, but oh my gosh, like, I am so addicted to using it right now. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's just so nice to be able to fly so fast, just back and forth, cuts down a ton of time. Realistically, I should probably just make another bed, or just bring a bed with me, which would be a really, really good idea, but I'm going to refuse to because reasons. Anyway, so I got some news for you guys. Number one, escaped Gallimimus, and I'm not sure how it did that. Probably glitched through a block if I had to guess. What else is there that happened? Oh, okay. So, the path hasn't had any work, but the exhibit itself is really starting to... Okay, another one's in. What did I do here? They must be glitching in somehow, and I'm not really sure how they're doing it. I really should have built us a way in. You know what, we might just put like some blocks at the end back here, kind of block it off for now, and then... You know what, I'm just gonna do that actually, because that's not a bad idea, just kind of doing this with some cobbles, so that way if they do keep... Well, and then we can just break the fence as well, and they'll be stuck in here. Should be good. And then we can just kind of do like this and just kind of bring this along. Get we're out of cobble, so we'll use dirt, even though my precious dirt stock is starting to dwindle a bit. But I mean, again, I can find ways to replenish it. Anyway, so as you can see, I've kind of filled in the terrain here, and we've got the fences going all the way along. And I know this isn't something that should have taken like 2 days to do, but it was like I was busy with other things, and I don't know, 2 I guess kind of side projects that ended up happening. So, well, 1 isn't a side project, the other's technically a series. So 2 series, 1 side project type thing. Okay, come on over. Crazy dinos. They're always trying to escape. They never just like run around the exhibit. It kind of bothers me. But they'll have their own place pretty soon, and I'm thinking we're going to bury them in the ground. And when I say that, I mean like they'll have something like the Ankylosaurs currently have, not I'm going to bury them alive. So just saying that for reference before people start calling PETA or whatever. Anyway, so I've got some announcements to make. One of them is kind of iffy. So, and honestly, kind of predictable, and I hate saying this. So Wildlife Park Yes, the series people keep asking, what happened to Wildlife Park? Where's Wildlife Park? Wildlife Zoo. Anyway, kind of ad nauseum they keep asking. People keep asking. But anyway, I figured I should give you guys a response. I know I've been saying like, oh, it'll happen when I'm kind of like interested in it happening. And I actually loaded it up yesterday. And something had broken. So I loaded it up, it was lagging a ton. And yeah, and then something happened, and then I tried to open the world file up again, and it no longer opened. It would actually just crash my game. And this was after I updated Zawa, so something broke. And I don't know what to do. Basically, the world is, as far as I can tell, and because I am a big dum-dum and didn't have it saved, kind of kaput. Now, luckily for you guys, I obviously have the videos so I can rebuild all this stuff. So what I'm thinking is it might be another week or two before Wildlife Park would come back, because I'd need to go in and rebuild everything. But I was going to ask you guys a question about that then, because no, I'm not just going to be like, oh well, the world's gone, so no more Wildlife Park. I will bring it back for you guys. I just had a question for you about it, and that was and before anyone assumes I'm going to ask, do you guys want it to be in survival? No, I'm not. Doing Wildlife Park in survival. I did it once before, and if you guys have been around for a while, you'll remember that. Survival Wildlife Park is insane and kind of beleaguering, or not beleaguering, but like just kind of soul-sucking to me, because it's like dinos. Yes, you have to go out and get fossils and analyze them for DNA so you can get the dinosaurs, right? But the dinosaurs themselves, you don't have to go out in your world and search for. You just kind of get the dinosaurs, and that's awesome, and I like that. Any sort of Wildlife Park series requires me to spend, in survival, would require me to spend hours searching a world for a specific biome and then hoping that a mob spawns. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not about that life. I'm really not. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I was gonna ask you guys, what would you like to see with this? Wildlife Park has kind of two options at this point. Either I just go into another super flat world and I remake the world. So basically, just do what I usually would do. I'll just find a new super flat world, rebuild everything we already had based off the episodes. So it wouldn't be exact, but it'd be pretty darn close. Or, this is option 2, still in creative mode, mind you, we go on to just a regular Minecraft world and I'll build the zoo using terrain like the Dinos world has. So like, and part of that is honestly a bit more attractive to me, I'd say, for the pure reason of it gives me a lot, it makes, to some degree, I feel exhibit design a bit easier. And you might be like, why is that? I'd be like, because, well, one of the biggest problems with exhibit design on a super flat world is everything has to be designed by you. You have to make everything, the terrain, the curvature of like naturally sloping hills, like everything has to be done by you. Now granted, yes, same thing here. All the hills and everything are kind of being made by me. There's not a lot of natural terrain in this Dinos world yet right now, because I've been terraforming like a madman. But there's a lot of just naturally forming things, naturally forming rivers and lakes and forests that kind of dictate what things are going to look like. I'm trying to think of a really good example. I mean, the Sarcos. Oh dang, I don't want to break the glass. I'm kind of having a bit of a glass shortage right now. I actually had to, before I started coming back here to finish putting in some last glass panels, I had to smelt up a ton more glass because I didn't realize this, but apparently my glass is like gone. So I might have to do like a resource collection day in between some episodes, or maybe we'll do an episode of resource collection, which granted will probably just be me showing up, mining some stuff, showing up somewhere, saying what I'm gonna get, and then showing you guys what I get after like 2 hours of work. But anyway, that's not the point. So I was wondering, like, what would you guys prefer to see? Would you guys prefer to see another super flat world or a default Minecraft world? I then just do what I do here on Dinos, but in creative mode and with no dinosaurs. So, yeah. I say that as if like, oh, that's like something big, but I mean, that's basically just what Wildlife Park is. Wildlife Park is a dino series without dinosaurs. It's what the series has always been. It's just Caden doing the same thing he usually does in survival, but in creative mode, no cool reptiles to have, which is kind of sad, I think. Why is that like that? I don't like that. We're gonna fix this. Okay. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so I mean, literally, we've just expanded the exhibit massively. Like, oh, it's so much more space. I like that a lot more. Now you'll notice, yes, this is incredibly flat. This is not particularly nice looking right now because of how flat it is. However, the barn is probably gonna start like right here with, I don't know how it's actually gonna be facing, but the barn is gonna be in this kind of area right here. So some of the exhibit I've realized now isn't actually going to be as free as I was kind of hoping it would be. There'll be a lot more building, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so that was one thing I wanted to talk about. Speaking of which, this episode probably, ironically, I started doing this whole, cutting the episodes to kind of make sure we got more done in each episode. I mean, granted, I feel like we have gotten a lot done. I mean, yes, we did a lot of the terraforming last episode, but even this, we finished up the terraforming, we got the fences down. I was gonna do a bit more, maybe I'll take one more cut maybe and we'll outline and maybe get started on the barn, but I think I might save the barn for next episode. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to know, what do you guys want to see with the wildlife park? Also, I find it kind of sad that this is the second time I've had the world lost to file corruption. I swear, it's just one of these mods I'm using, and I don't know which one it is that's causing this problem, and it's really annoying. Luckily, I haven't had that happen to a Dino's World in ages. I mean, for those of you who have been here a while, you'll remember I have lost... What's the last time I actually lost one? I've lost at least 2 Dino's Worlds to, well, one was to accidentally deleting the file, which was so embarrassing that that's how the world disappeared. I think the one other one was to corruption though, and that was really sad. Cause, oh, and that, of course, yeah, and that was the one park where I actually was like doing something different, and I built the park in a desert, and I was really happy with how it was turning out, because like I never build in the desert, and then of course I lose the world to, I think that was the corruption one. But yeah, or maybe that was the delete one. I don't know. I've screwed up essentially with my worlds a couple times. Anyway, so with wildlife park, yeah, I just wanted to know what you guys think. What do you guys want to see for me bringing it back? Speaking of which, if we did bring it back in like a world like this, I would bring back all the same animals already. So like, or, well, I guess in that case, I maybe would ask you guys what you want to see. Do you want me to just because I could, I guess, just take down the old wildlife park episodes and then we could redo them. So like redo a flamingo, or I could just start with all those animals. I'd figure it out probably. Anyway, so one other thing I wanted to talk about, and that is this Monday, I believe. So I told you guys we're gonna do another live stream, and it was either going to be this Sunday or this Monday, but I didn't tell you what it was going to be because I kind of wanted to hold on to that for a little bit to make sure it was actually gonna happen. But oh gosh, all I've said I think so far has been it's gonna be something different, and I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna divulge what it is. Now I automatically know it won't be very popular, but to be honest, I'm not doing it because it's popular. I'm doing it because, I don't know, it's me and my friends and we all wanted to do something together, and it was the easiest thing we could all think of to do. My friends and I, so several YouTube channels I know, we're all gonna be doing an SMP, and that will be starting, I believe, Monday, which is what the Monday live stream is going to be. Probably just, I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. It'll just be kind of like the intro, saying hi to everyone, figuring out what we're doing, where we're going to build our base, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what's happening hopefully on Monday. We'll see how it goes. I don't know an exact time for when we're going to have that happen. But yeah, that's that. I don't think I actually have much else to say other than that. So I will cut back when I've gotten a bit more work done on figuring out how the barn is going to work. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, wha-bam! I missed. Of course I did. But here is the kind of first steps to making the Triceratops barn. So like I said, I'm copying an old design of mine actually, so technically I'm stealing from myself to make a new building for this park. But I've kind of gotten the first steps going here. Mainly just the palette, and I think this is all we're gonna do for this episode. Funnily enough, I started recording this episode. Well, like it was yesterday, but I started recording this not too long after the last episode went out, because like again, like after the last episode or yesterday's video. It was yesterday's video. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because it's Saturday, not Friday anymore. Oh my gosh. Basically, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's been like, you know, ages since the last episode. Oh wait, no, wait. What is today? Is today Saturday? No, today's Sunday. Okay, never mind. I was like, oh, you know, it's been like one day. Wow, look at all the stuff we've done in like a single day. No, it's been 2 days. Never mind. My bad. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to call it for today's episode. But as you can see, I've got like the basic structure and style. Like I've been watching some old videos to get like an idea for how this thing looks. It's a lot bigger than I think the original iteration was a lot bigger than this one was. So I'm still going to expand it. It's going to go out more that direction than this is. Also, the weird lineup is because it was kind of weird trying to get this all. Oh, and I bet the dog barking is, I don't know what that dog is barking at. Probably its own reflection, in all honesty. The dogs at my house aren't too bright. Anyway, it's always nighttime when I start to record now. I blame daylight savings for my woes. Ender Pearl. I don't know where that's going. Yo, not a bad shot if I do say so myself. But anyway, I think this is about where we're gonna end it off today, because I kind of realized I don't really want to finish the barn in this episode. I want next episode to focus mostly on the barn. This episode is more just finishing up what we started last episode, because last episode was a bit of a divided one. Since, you know, I spent probably the first half of it just searching for elytras and learning how to make a shulker box. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, that's not really the important thing. The important thing is, what is the important thing? The important thing is we got some stuff done today. We finished expanding the trike enclosure, which is awesome, in all honesty. I'm really happy with how it's starting to turn out. Oh, is my, like, footsteps super loud? Whoops, that's not it. Oh my goodness, they have probably been, like, deafening the whole episode. Sorry about that. Oh, that was the other thing I meant to mention. I mentioned, like, oh, I'd had 2 series things, then a non-series thing, and that was, I kind of forgot the Lord of the Rings mod was a thing, so I was playing that way too late last night. It's actually one of the reasons I kind of stopped working on the world, because I started playing that mod. Once I started playing that mod, I got really sucked into it again, because I love the Lord of the Rings mod. But it's not for it's still in 1.7.10, so if I ever do anything with it on the channel, it's gonna be a while, until it updates at least. You can kind of see it from here, and that's kind of cool, I think. But yeah, that's gonna be our trike barn, and I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so next episode hopefully will just be kind of putting the whole thing together. So I'm gonna build up the rest of it, and what'll happen? Probably just decorations, getting this pathway set along the side, and I think that'll be when we'll call this finished. Also, I'm thinking about this area, and I want to just run a few ideas off you guys. So one, I want to do some sort of building, I think, over here. The problem with that is more just that the Dilophosaurus exhibit's right here, and then the Therizinosaurus exhibit's right there. So I'm thinking literally right, just a few blocks, like right here, we might put like a little shop or a restaurant or some sort of like restroom or something right there. And I'm thinking we're actually going to move the upslope for the pathway to maybe even like right about here. So we might move it up forward a bit more, raise it up even higher actually, to kind of give you a better view, so you're kind of looking over the top of the fence. And then after that, I'm not really sure what else I've got planned. Speaking of which, though, I guess other plans. So after this episode, I don't know which dinosaur we're gonna work on next. It will probably be the Ankylosaurus, unless, well, I was gonna say unless there's enough like requests for me to do Diplodocus, But even with doing Diplodocus, I'm not quite sure how it's going to be linked in yet. Well, I guess I did come up with an area, so actually we could. So I guess leave it in the comments below. What do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see a new Ankylosaurus enclosure, or do you want to see the Diplodocus? I'm pretty sure Diplodocus is going to win, but I still want to ask. Anyway, so not next episode, next project, that's what I meant. So next episode, we'll be working on the barn a bit, and if we have any extra time, maybe the Pachycephalosaurs. But until then, guys, I think that'll be all for today. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, guys, see ya.